Hello and welcome. This is Agam Vakil and you're watching the FNO show in which we take you through all that is happening in the Indian derivatives markets. But before that, a quick look at how things are faring when it comes to the benchmark indices. But at the moment, again, let's bring in our expert for today. We have Ajit Mishra of Religare Broking and Sneha State of Angel One who's joining us on the show. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for joining in. Ajit, what's the view on the Nifty? How are you trading it now?
Yeah, good morning, Agam. So, Agam, after this, roller coaster was last week, we are seeing that index is taking a beater around the record high. The good part is that we are not seeing any price-wise, corrections, more of like a muted session yesterday, and we are seeing a similar trend today as well, with the bias in the positive side. So we feel it's a healthy pause or consolidation that we are seeing after, volatile week, and the tone looks positive because we're not only reclaimed the short-term averages, but also closed around the week's high, in fact, at the record highs when it comes to the index last week. So it's a healthy consolidation that we are seeing, and we expect the index to maintain this positive tone, gradually inch toward 23,800, 24,000 zone. So it's a buy and dip market, but yes, for the intraday, it's going to be tough because this 23,400 is going to be the first area for 23,500. So risk reward is not favorable for the intraday trade. One should wait for any dip around 23,200 like we got during the intraday today. That area, it looks okay to go long with 23,100 being the stop and 400, 500 being the target area. Similarly, for the banking index, as we have still have maximum writing around 50,000 calls, we feel that this sideways tone might continue, but on the stock specific front, we are getting indications from the private banking majors that we might, make an attempt to cross this 50,000 hurdle also. But sustainability seems difficult. So for intraday, both the indices, it's prudent to avoid and stay stock specific is what the indications are.
Okay, so there you have it. At least on an intraday basis, the UPL, of course, those are calls coming in from Sneha. Ajit, what about you?
So, since we are seeing recovery across the board, in fact, LNP also have had a very sharp decline post the election index, but now we are seeing gradual catch-up. And in fact, we have a fresh base formation around 35.50 mark. So we expect this recovery to strengthen further. And with stop at 35.50, one can go long in LNP at current levels, with 37.60 being the target area. Another stock that we like is Tata Consumers because after this, sharp up move in the consumer basket, now we have started seeing again a bit of a breather in this space. But overall, the tone looks positive, and in fact, after this underperformance that we had in the FMCG basket, now we started seeing a catch-up move. So we expect Tata Consumer to continue with the overall tone, and 1180 is what we are eyeing in the near future. So 1115 as a stop, one can go long in Tata Consumer as well.
Well, those are some of those stocks which are from here onwards. Ajit, this question is for you. Your assessment on Bharat Electronics.
So, Agam, on the election day when the stock declined, the volume was up nearly 3-4 times of the average volume. And this recovery that we have seen the last 3-4 trading session, it's largely on the muted volume. So it's difficult to, comment based on this recent up move that we are heading for a new high. In fact, one should be cautious in case if you have any position and you were stuck at the higher levels, because in most of the cases, people were heavily loaded before the election with the BSE's counters. So I feel for BEL also now this 270, 273, that's the short-term average, should be the new base, and that should be the stop also, a strict stop. Below that, again, the bias would turn negative to sideways in the stock. Upside 310 to 320, the previous record highs, that will be the zone where one can look for booking profits. So it's prudent that one should book profit because largely what the indications are that we have post this sharp move from 80 to 320. That the stock should spend some time around the current levels before making any further upward move.
Okay. All right. So that's the view. But since then, it's looking at a little bit of recovery. Ajit, at this moment, are there levels beyond which you'd like to perhaps go long? Are these levels good enough to go long on Tata Motors? And what are the risk parameters at the moment in terms of levels that you're watching out for?
So, Agam, in fact, the auto pack, has been continuing its overall bull run. And Tata Motors post numbers, we saw that there was a pace of disalignment. When we were seeing that all the auto majors were trading in tandem, and in fact, Tata Motors was also trading around record highs. But now, after this correction, we are seeing a base formation and gradual recovery. So it seems like that we still have more room for further upside, because as you rightly mentioned, that the range that we were previously trading for last 2-3 weeks, we have crossed that mark around 965-70 zone, and we are holding up the same as well. And once we cross this 1000 area, then we might fill the gap also that we had during the result day. So keeping that in mind, we still have further room for the upside around 80-90 points in the current levels, and the risk reward is favorable because we have a cushion around 960. So with that as a stop loss, one can positionally go long in Tata Motors for 1030 to 1050 being the positional target.
Okay, there you have it. That's your view on Tata Motors. Well, on that note, going to take a moment to thank both our experts for joining us and taking us through their views on the markets, and of course giving us a handful of trading ideas. With that, we slip into a short break, and on the other side of the break, we get you the management of Titagarh Rail Systems. Stay tuned in.